everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Corey and today I have a DIY and I'm going to be doing quite a few different DIYs today, and I'm doing the 4th of July DIYs. And to begin with, I'm going to show you how I end up doing. First I started with these napkins, and this is, I got these at Dollar General. Okay, and I'm going to use these on my DIY because I did a tray and I went ahead and I painted it. And what I'm going to do before I start working on this, to show you what I'm going to do with this tray, but I also cut this little flag from my napkin, okay, from these napkins right here. And what you do is, because it has the 2 layers, so you want to take your layer, your second layer off of it, and you just want to keep your top layer. Okay, so I'm going to be using this flag on my DIY, but I wanted to show you what I did with it. I used some tape, and I put tape over my napkin, and I did that also because I cut the stars. It has stars on there on the napkins. And my stars look like this also. And I'm going to be using these also on. I end up doing about 4 stars, about 4 or 5 stars, but I think I'm just going to use 4 of them. And what I did is I used, I have my fan on right now, so I just hope I don't have a problem doing this right now with the fan on. Okay, so what I have is this flag that I cut, and I use this clear tape, okay, and what I do is I see what I mean with the fan on. I have this. Okay, so I set my flag on there, and then I'm going to see if I can try to hold this down. I don't want to turn it off because it's been really hot here. And once I have it there taken out, okay, now I'm going to get my tape, and I'm just going to place my tape over this. Okay, and I'm going to cut my tape here. Okay, and once I do that, and see how it looks after I have it all cut, you can see how it looks. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it, and I'm going to cut around the flag. Okay, take that tape off, and then I'm going to cut this other in here. And then I'm going to trim around the top. Okay. And then I'm going to trim this other end also. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and just add Mod Podge to my tray. Okay. But before I do that, before I do add my flag, what I did is I went ahead and I painted my whole tray. And then I cut a piece of fabric because I want to add a fabric to my tray. And then I'm just going to glue it on here. Okay. So I'm going to add Mod Podge to it, to the bottom of my tray. And then I'm going to just spread it. But I'm going to end up using, let's see, one of these paint brushes that I have here. And I'm just going to spread it. And I'm just going to add my brush in here to my water. Now you could get these little, I got these at the Dollar Tree, and you get like about 6 of them, which I think it's kind of neat. You can use them for your waters and your paints, or whatever you like to use them for. And I'm going to add my fabric in here, and make sure it's nice and lined up really good in there. And I'm just going to press down on it. It's nice and tight. And I did get this little piece of fabric at the Dollar Trees where I got this piece of fabric. They seem to have different designs of fabrics there. But I like this one because this one it's blue and white. And it's like, it's the 4th of July. Okay. So that's going to work out really good. Okay, and then now what I'm going to do, I shouldn't have put my brush in there when I think about it, because since I'm going to Mod Podge, so. Take some of the water out of there. Set that over there to the side. Okay, and now I'm going to add a little bit of Mod Podge to my tray here, so I can just put my flag. And then now I could go ahead and just stick my flag on there. And see how it looks. I love it because then you don't have no wrinkles whatsoever. And that looks really nice. And I'm going to go ahead and add another one to the other side of my tray. The only thing on these, you gotta be careful because when we do add them to your tape, if your paper moves, see how I have my little corner lifted up a little bit, and then this one did on top also, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this one, and I'm just gonna add that on there, just glue it on there. Wait a minute, I don't think I'm going to use this one. I'm going to cut it a little crooked on this side, I think. Let's straighten this out a little bit. Just needs a little trim. Still needs a little trim more here. glue probably dried up. And that's how it looks. And I did cut some little stars also, in which I'm going to be adding the stars also. And I did add the stars the same way I did with the tray. I went ahead and I sticked some stars. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut these. And what I do is I cut it in half right here. And then you trim these, you trim your edges around your stars. This one on here. And you want to add some mosh posh on the outside too, so that way you want to make sure it doesn't come off. What it feels when you put this with the tape, it feels like you know when you have the cleans that your window cleans, that's how it feels when you use the tape. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and I have some already cut here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my ones that I already cut. And I'm gonna add this one here. That's how my tray looks so far. I love it with the stars. And then I'm going to go ahead and add, let's see. That's how my tray looks so far. With the little stars on there. And my flag. I love the way this looks. I almost thought of putting, let's see. I don't know. So let's see. I almost thought of putting a star on here. But I think it's okay just with the flags on there. So I think that's all I'm going to use for this project. Okay. Okay, and that's it for this project here. No, but I am going to add, I forgot, before I do start, I am going to rise my tray, and I'm going to use this little blocks that I have. I have some blocks around here. I have these 4 blocks. And that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to high rise and add these on the back of my tray. Like this on the back of my tray. But before I do that, I wanted to stain these. And I'm kind of deciding whether I should stain them or just leave them like that. But if I do stain, okay, let's see. I need to get some wax paper. I got some wax paper. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to get the wax paper. Okay, I am back now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. And I'm going to go ahead and stain these. And I'm going to be using anti-wax. But what I'm going to do, I am going to add a little bit of water to my anti-wax before I use it. And I'm going to add a little bit to the water so they won't be so dark. And then I'm going to want to mix it with my paintbrush. Usually I use a stick all the time when I do this. But today it seems like I'm forgetting to grab everything I need here. I don't want it too dark neither, so I'm just going to about that much anti-wax. And then I am going to be using a paper towel. But in this case, I'm going to use a napkin since it's close by to me. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and stain the top. I'm not going to do the top because I'm going to end up waxing that. And see how, okay, once I do that, and then I'm going to end up grabbing my napkin and I'm just going to wipe it down. And that's all I'm going to do. And I'm just going to turn it around. And now I'm going to turn this, flip this over my tray, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this to the bottom. Now I'm going to add a little bit, I think, of my wood glue to this too. I'm going to add some like in the center, and then the rest I'm going to add a hot glue to it. And there, I made my high riser tray. And this is my 4th of July high riser tray. I love the way this looks. It's very cute. Okay, I'm just going to set that on the side now. And next, I'm going to be doing, let's see, someone had requested that they wanted to see how I do these flowers. Apparently, I forgot to get my buttons, so I might have to wait on this. A little bit later I'm going to have to grab those, but for now I'm going to go ahead and oh, I had these also. I'm going to be doing these, and these I'm going to be, I got these from the Dollar Tree, these stars. Okay, so I'm going to be using some tacky glue on it. I'm going to spread it with the paintbrush. And spread my glue. Okay, that should do it. To stick my paper on there. I'm going to be using the star one. I already went ahead and I cut it. And what I found out is when I end up, or I cut it to add it to my star, if you look behind here, there's some little screws. So I end up removing those in order to cut my paper. And I was kind of happy that I had that because I was able to use these little tools. I don't know if you've seen them. They had these out for Father's Day. And I love these little screws because they just remove. You know, you just take them out and then you add your little tip to it, which I think it's nice because you get a lot of different tips, different sizes in here. And that's what I end up using to remove my my little screws from the back of the stars. So I thought that was kind of neat. I go, oh wow, I have the tool to do this now. Well, of course, I have some other tools I could have used the same, but these little screws, I noticed they're super tiny. So I was kind of happy I was able to do that. Okay, and now after I glue this, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and glue USA, and I'm gonna put this right in the middle of my star there. Okay, and you can get these on, I found these at Dollar Tree. You get like 26 and a half, which is not bad. And I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue to it. I'm just going to glue it to my sign here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and set this on the side here. The one that I have here, and this one over here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to add tacky glue. I'm using tacky glue. And I'm going to add this to the star. know I have glue in there, but it seems like it gets stuck in there. That's all I'm gonna do to this star. I don't know, I was gonna add some letters to it, but I'm still thinking about it because I got some metal letters also like this, and I don't know, I was gonna add it to this, or I was gonna add it to my other sign. So I'm gonna wait a little while before I decide if I'm gonna add it to this or not. But I know I'm going to put this star, and this is going to be going right into my tray here. So I'm going to set that in there. And then I had this other one that I did also, and this one I just painted it. But what I'm going to do in one of my videos, I showed how to make these bands. So I'm just going to add this to my star. That's all I'm going to do to this one. Put it in the center. And that's how it looks. And this is also going on inside my little tray here that I just made. And this is my, I didn't say my tray was my DIY number 1 and my stars is DIY number 2. And let's see. What was I going to do next? I know I have another star over there. Okay, I know what I'm going to do before I do decorate this star. Okay, I am going to show you how to make some flowers. And I'm going to use a mat here, this mat. And I am going to be using this cutting blade, okay? And my ribbons, I'm going to be using this ribbon here. And these are from the Dollar Tree, so I don't know what happened here. Okay. Let me just cut this open with my scissors. Okay, and then to do this, you're going to end up measuring on your, if you have one of these mats, and I'm only going to measure it till 8 inches here to make my flowers, okay? And what I do is I make sure I do have it on 8 inches. And I'm going to use this cutting. Okay, and I have it on 8 inches there. So now I'm just going to cut it right here. Okay. And I'm going to use that ribbon right there. And then I'm going to make, let's see. Let me use this, let's see. This ribbon and that ribbon almost look alike, except this has the stripes. That's the difference on that one. But I'm going to use the other one. That way it doesn't look like I'm using the same ribbon. And I'm just going to show you how to make these flowers. 4th of July flowers. I did some already. And this is how my flowers look like. And I have different ones that I made. And these are my other ones that I made also. I don't know if you're able to see my flower vase here or not, but they look so pretty once you have them inside a vase. And see, that's how they look like when they're all bunched up together. They look really pretty. And I add buttons to it. Okay. And then I kind of cut, let's see, this one here. You know what, I might have to end up cutting from that other one, because I'm making a sign, so I might put these on my sign. So let's see. What I do is I fold your fabric in half. Okay. Just fold it right in half. You want to make sure you have it all evened up on top. And then you make your little crease like that. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add glue on top of here, where they can stay together. So my fabric would stay together. Okay, so then after I fold it there, and then I'm just gonna press it down there. Okay. So my glue's there. Let me go ahead and do the other ones the same thing. Okay. Just like gonna get it, fold it together, fold them in half. I mean, that's what I mean. Sorry. And once you have it all folded together, and then you could get your glue gun and just put a little bit of glue, just going a little bit across. Doesn't have to be very heavy at all, your glue. Just like a little glue there. And then you're going to fold them over. Fold your ribbon over. And then just make sure it's together. There it is. Together. Of course, mine went off a little bit on top, but you won't be able to tell once I cut the flower. Okay, now let's do this one too. Now I got these different ribbons. They're from the Dollar Tree store, so I did get one from Hobby Lobby, which I did use. It's this one here, and this ribbon was from Hobby Lobby, and this one does have wire in it, and these don't have no wire in them. And I'm gonna go ahead and just maybe cut it one more. I had bought it from Hobby Lobby because it had the wire. I like it with the wire because it's easier to work with. And then too, if you're going to make a wreath or you're going to make ribbons, it's a lot easier with the wire to work with it. It's a lot easier with the wire in it. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, what I do is I start cutting it right here. See how I have a line? So I try to leave a little space in between. But what you want to do, don't cut it all the way to the end. Leave at least up to here. just enough to make like petals for your flowers. And that's how I cut mine. Going along. It's very simple to do this. There's really nothing to it. I decided to make these and show these because in my last video I know I wasn't able to show you very well how to make these, and I had a request from one of my viewers, so I let her know that I was going to make these flowers so she was able to see how we make these. And that's all you do. So you can see all my little cuts, see? Little cuts there, all the way to the end. Just make some cuts. It's to the end of my flower. But you can see how, see how I have it cut there. And I leave at least that much. At least from the top. Maybe like a little ½ inch, I would say, from the top you want to leave it. And then afterwards, you're just going to roll this with your hand. Just keep rolling it. Rolling it. Just want to make sure you roll it all even in order to form your flower. And that's all you do. And at the end, what I do here, I'm going to add some hot glue here, and I'm going to glue it together. And this way it will stay together. So now I'm just going to add some hot glue here. And I'm just going to press it. Okay, and this is how the bottom of your flower looks like. You have like a little opening there. And then what I do, let me cut this because this is the part of the yarn. Once you have it glued, you can just open up your stems. Open up your stems here, like this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my button right in the middle here. I'm going to add a button. So I have a little collection here and buttons. I'm going to have to use, I don't know, let's see. I'm just going to add a white button to this one for now to show you. Okay. Then I get my hot glue here. Oops. I'm going to press this down. And then just add a dab of glue in the center right there. Then you get your button. And add your button right in the center of your flower. Okay. And that's how your flower looks like. And it's going to look like this. Okay. Or this is the blue one that I added. See how pretty it looks, blue and red, and now I have a white, so that looks pretty. And what I do is I use a flower wire. I got mine at Walmart. And then you can add, you want to add the whole wrap to your stem, you could, or you don't have to, because on this one I didn't add it to it. I have a hard time wrapping it, so I left some without it. So on this one, I'm just going to show you how to glue. Okay, what I do is I just add a little bit of glue in here, and I'll glue it onto my, just went in there. But what I do, if it's kind of has a big little opening on it, so I usually will just spin this a little bit. Like this on the top of it. And then I add my glue on this. And add some hot glue. Top on that spread, okay? And then now I'm just going to push this right in there. And then I'm going to squeeze it a little bit. Like that. Just so it could stay in there. And make sure it glues onto the cloth. This ribbon I need. And that is it. And you have your flower. Okay. I'm not going to add that ribbon to it, the full wrap thing, the green one. I'm not going to add it in this stamp to this one. And then I can just go ahead and add this to my daisy. Now I have a full arrangement for the 4th of July here.